Hey guys, so this is going to be my level 99 clear video on Arboralis with no modifiers. The fight just came out a few hours ago. I just reached level 99. We don't really know a lot about the fight, but I have figured out enough of the boss before the data mine is available to get a clear in. I've been using this for the past two clears, and now I have level 99 unlocked. I'll be doing my first level 99 clear on video. What I'm using probably is not required. I'm sure there's going to be more budget ways, etc. eventually, but for right now, this works for a clear. Now, before you start asking, what if I don't have this unit or this gear or this setup? Give it time. The fight just came out like 2 hours ago. We don't even have the data mine yet. So, give it time for like budget runs and all that kind of stuff. Don't like lose your mind because it takes 7 turns for this clear, etc. But let's get into it and do a clear. I'll explain what we're doing turn by turn, then I'll show the gear at the end. And like I said, I might be going far overboard what is needed. I don't know, but this does work. So, passive provoking for the ambush is Maeve with 100 ice, light, and water resistance to immune all the ambush. Now she's going to shift to her magical cover form, and we're going to do mitigation for the party, and provoke, and cover, and we're going to wild barrier on turn 1 for the big barrier for the party. Alright, Bulwark is going to mixtape for stats, and we're going to do Kupo Clang for the break. Kresnik in the shift form is going to do antioxidant for the resist buff. Carton is going to Thousand Needles. He's using a fire and a lightning weapon. Then Laura Croft is going to Cursed Current from Kokoryu. She's using a wind, earth, and fire weapon, and water is from the Cursed Current. So we've done all 5 elements needed per turn. That's fire, lightning, water, wind, and earth. We did them all. If you don't have the Lion Saber, I just realized I could have given an extra element to Carton because he only needed one of the elements. So you don't actually need Lion Saber, even though I'm currently using it. And then Sky is going to shift form and do Sky Flurry for the accuracy down. Now the entire party is 100% evasion, and we're using accuracy down on the boss. This is to help out with physical attacks. We're also using Mirage from Thousand Needles. Again, I don't know if this is even needed. Earlier during clearing, I had some deaths from physical attacks, and I don't know entirely what was causing it, but this fixed the problem, so I'm going with it. I could be completely spinning my wheels here. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know entirely. This does work, though. Alright, back to the base form with Sky to get our LB again, and we'll just use her Magnus to do a better break on the boss. Reload Carton and Laura for Thousand Needles and Cursed Current. By the way, we can now hurt the boss. After doing all the elements on turn 1, the boss gets permanent imperils, so we can actually deal damage to the boss, but this mitigation is there until turn 7. So we're going to just wait for that mitigation to go away and then blow him up. He dies really easy when the mitigation is gone. Kresnik in the shift form is going to Arcane Stimulant. Maeve is going to cover, provoke, etc. And we're going to do immunity buff. And then Bulwark is going to shift. We're going to triple Jangle. We're going to Hurricane Harmony, Chirrup, and we're going to do Plant Killer, but more importantly, Plant Mitigation to help take less damage. As you saw, Bulwark did get hit a little bit. You also want some Ice, Light, and Water Resist on the whole party with the Resist buff, because some of these attacks seem to ignore cover, ignore provoke. That's probably the slot targeted stuff, I don't know. But with Evasion, Mirage, and Resistance buffs, and Imperil Cures and all that, overall it's not super terrible. Alright, so Kresnik is now going to do Arcane Remedy for a permanent, recasted immunity buffs every turn. I'm going to go ahead and shift Sky and put up accuracy down another stack of the LB. Carton and Laura can just Current and Thousand Needles. Maeve on this turn can... what turn are we? Turn 3. We're shifted on Sky. Let's go ahead and do the LB of Maeve this turn for the barrier. Bulwark, go back to the base form. We can Chirrup. Let's Moogly again. And let's just Bulwark's Blair for now. We're going to do it again later, but may as well do it now for the Instrument in Peril. Okay. 21k barrier, so this should be totally fine. Morale is looking good as well. Now we could start doing like real damage here if we really wanted to, but I don't want to. I want the mitigation to go away. That mitigation is very, very high. So once the mitigation goes away, he'll be a lot easier to OTK. And I don't know if he has thresholds and all, but you know, we're doing it this way. So let's go back to the base form with Sky, and we'll just do her Magnus again. It's turn 4. All right, let's go ahead and reload Cursed Current and these auto-casting with Kresnik. Cursed Current, 1,000 Needles. It's turn 4. Okay, let's go ahead and back to the shift form with Bulwark. Bulwark is honestly not super critical. He's mostly just repeating for the most part. Kresnik didn't get his LB yet, which is fine. We'll just do Antioxidant Potion and Remedy. That also cures in perils. Maeve can do her stuff. And let's do a Hunting Call, I think. Don't really need Hunting Call, but it doesn't hurt, so whatever. Hunting Call kills morale, if you're wondering what it does. Alright, let's see here. This should be pretty fine. No imperils or anything. We got Mirage and all that goodness. A little bit of damage on Maeve, not much. Bulwark is not wearing enough resist gear, it seems. Neither is Carton. Whoops. But with barriers from Maeve, it's totally fine. We're also breaking and all that, so, you know, whatever. Alright, I'm going to take this moment real quick to Libra the boss on screen. Mostly for my own records. Alright, here we go. So, as you can see, the boss has exceptional resistances, and we didn't even turn the resist mods on yet. But he self-imperils to Fire, Lightning, Water, Wind, and Earth after you deal all those elements to him, so that's good. Anyway, let's go ahead and shift Sky, get her a stack again. We need to break the boss again, so we're going to go with Bulwark. We're going to do Hurricane Harmony. Let's Kupo Clang for the break, and let's Bulwark's Blair. Let's see, just reload these guys. We'll go ahead and do a defense buff on this turn because Sky is shifted. Maeve, I don't think her barrier's ready. It isn't until next turn. So we'll just do this, and we'll do effective strategy, I guess. You know, whatever. Okay. Overall, the boss is really not that threatening, truth be told, if you don't have modifiers on and you do the fight properly. Make sure you never use light, dark, or ice element, because the boss mana drains and all that if you do that, and you don't want that. Okay, so next turn, the boss's mitigation should be gone. As you see, it is still there. So back to the base form with Sky. Let's go ahead and Sharp Spear. We'll reload Carton and Lord to keep sealing the boss to prevent all those bad attacks. Kresnik can use his LB this turn. Bulwark to the shift form. Let's do Hurricane Harmony, Chirrup, and we'll just do a Plant Killer again, and then Maeve. Let's go ahead and do the barrier this turn just to make sure we're safe. We'll Hunting Call and we'll Limitless Ferocity because why not? Nice 20k barrier. Okay, so next turn the boss's mitigation is finally gone, and we can now do our burst damage. There's a lot of drains on Maeve. She's using resistance gear, totally fine. We cure the imperils as well. She does have healing reduction down, but it doesn't really seem to do very much, so that's kind of who cares. Okay, it is time to kill the boss. Turn 7, as you can see, the mitigation is gone. His permanent resistor down. Instrument Imperil, Spear Imperil. I forgot to do Fist Imperil last turn. Damn it, I forgot Fist Imperil. It shouldn't matter because the boss is pretty squishy with his mitigation down, so whatever. I was supposed to do Fist Imperil with Carton last turn. Totally forgot. Okay, well, let's do this. And we're going to LB with Sky, Frenzy with Carton, Volatile with Laura. Laura and Carton are both using fist weapons, and I completely forgot to do the fist in peril. It didn't matter. We still killed it. We would have done 25% higher damage if I remembered fist in peril. Big sad face about that one. You know, I haven't done like a turn chart or anything yet. So anyway, got a nice easy clear in. There we go. Here's the damage. Sky did have an instrument in peril from Bulwark, but we forgot the fist in peril because I'm forgetful. It didn't really matter. So there's my level 99 clear, and I'll show the gear and explain a little bit what's going on. Alright, that is level 99. Let's see here. So, here's the team we used. We used Bulwark. Like I said, the whole team has 100% evasion. I don't know if that's important or not. I did it just because, you know, I don't know what's going on. I was using mana reduction, but it turns out as long as you don't use the wrong elements, the boss doesn't do too much on mana drain, so that's really kind of fine. Yeah, and we do have a little bit of ice light and water resist. We forgot the ice resist on Bulwark. Mistakes. Oh well. Maeve in the base form is passive provoke evasion with a little bit of auto buffing. Also 100 or better to ice, light, and water resist, so we don't get drained on turn 0. I don't know if death immunity matters. I don't know if all that matters. Whatever. Shift form is using some ice, water, and light resist. Death immunity, etc. Full evasion, and she's the magical cover tank. Kresnik, base form and shift form is using just evasion. Pretty much it. Some ice, light, and water resist, and he did Kresnik things, you know, morale fill. Base form, Laura, she's on Kokuryu, who has Cursed Current learn. It's just a water physical attack, and then she's using a lightning weapon and a wind and earth weapon. This is not super important if you don't have the Lion Saber. I shouldn't have done this because I realized people are going to see this and freak out. I could have just done a plain old earth weapon on her. We don't need a multi-element weapon. And then we could have used like imbues of wind from Bulwark, or we can put the base form. So we took off the wind weapon, so we could swap the wind weapon on him. And here we go. Let's put a wind weapon, doesn't really matter what wind weapon. Boom, there we go. So fire, wind on Carton, earth, lightning, and water from the Cursed Current on Laura. So that handles the 5 elements. So every turn until we bursted, Laura just did the elemental ceiling with Cursed Current. Shift form, fist weapon, I forgot to use the Imperil. Just a build I built myself. I didn't use the builder, I just did it by hand really quickly. 125 Aqua, 175 Plant. I'm sure her build could be better if I use the builder. I'll do that, you know, for real attempts later. And base form, full evasion. Shift form doesn't need full evasion. Full Moon Carton, a little bit of ice, water, and light resist. Fire and wind weapon, evasion. 1,000 needles, and he did this every single turn for 2 reasons. For one thing, to mirage the party, which may or may not have mattered. I don't know. But also just to deal a physical attack per turn. And then on the turn, before the kill, I should have done Cursed Gift and then just casted Haunting Barrage to seal the boss that turn as well. I forgot, though. Shift form, dual wield fist build. Forgot the Imperil. I shouldn't have. There we go. He's got 225 and 175. And then Sky, base form, full evasion, some instruments just for some morale fill, you know, whatever. Shift form. Still full evasion because she does shift before the kill turn, so full evasion in the shift form. Instrument build, chain cap up, full evasion, low killers. I don't know if evasion is needed. It probably isn't, honestly. I have no idea, but I did it just to be safe while I'm still learning the fight. And there was the clear. Okay, so as a recap, seal the boss with fire, lightning, wind, earth, and water every single turn. On turn 7, the mitigation will be gone, and you can hurt the boss. Don't ever use ice, light, or dark element. Remember, Ring of the Luci counters with light element. You don't want that, so be careful. Anyway, I will now figure out the boss in more detail soon. See you then.